Well, when I was coming up with a concept for the video, it was a lot of tacos and a lot of alcohol, and we just wanted to. And I was hanging out with my friend Kat, and we just wanted to do something that was just like different. You know, a lot of people in the DMV area, they always, I don't know, they always do stuff at Ben's Chili Bowl, and I was like, nah, I don't want to do nothing at Ben's Chili Bowl. Let's go someplace and do something crazy.
I got to be in the video because I'm a good friend of Steve, aka Night Train 357, and we were having tacos and drinking, and we wanted to make something. He was talking about making a video, and I had a profile that I makeshift started during the pandemic, essentially, and it's a mix of vintage and goth, and we were trying to think of how we could incorporate that into a music video. And we started talking about things that we could develop from that, and I thought that horror would be a good concept, and he totally got on board for that. And from there we just started brainstorming, and we came up with a lot of different concepts.
I was called in very, very last minute because someone else was supposed to be playing the part that I was playing. I am not an actor at all. I had never done anything like this before, pretty much ever. So it was all very new, but pretty exciting. I think both Steve and Kat texted me at like 2 p.m. on a Friday being like, can you be down at the AFI at 7 p.m.? And I was like, no, but I can be there at 8. I was like, what do I have to do? And it was like 1950s, something or other. We have clothes for you. So I just brought my makeup and did my hair in like 5 minutes. Yeah.
So in terms of my involvement in the music video and being the one to direct it, I've actually known Night Train going on close to 15 years. And it's kind of funny because this was like the first time any of my friends who are local DMV hip-hop artists ever came to me and said, hey, I want you to direct a music video for me.
I've never done this before, and I thought I could get this whole thing done in a day. No, I was wrong. In fact, my wonderful videographer called me dumb.
We get to the set, and it's snow and ice everywhere, and Night Train had this whole idea about going up these stairs that, when, to be fair, to his credit, when they scouted the location, there was no snow anywhere.
We had a lot of work cut out for us, and there was a huge snowstorm in Ellicott City.
I was prepared for the elements, but what I wasn't prepared for was the ice. And I think that the first scene was okay, but then when we had to go around and get up the hill, I was like, oh, hell no. This brother is out of his mind. I was ready to roll. I was about to cuss him out, really. And if you talk to him, I was going, like, me and Trey have never got in an argument before. I was about to cuss his ass out right then and there. Like, fuck this shit, I'm going home.
So it was blistering cold. That's what I remember. The one thing I remember is it was so cold that, like, I was, like, holding the slate, and my little fingers were, like, shivering. It was very cold.
It was insane, you know, and it took a long time to get everybody up this mountain and record all these parts, but the best part was that everybody was committed to getting it done at this point. We had made it this far, we had all these conversations about it, we had all gotten like our negative COVID tests, like it was a lot of work, and we weren't going to give up.
Once Train came to me with the idea, and once I was on board with going through with, you know, creating like a horror scene regarding the concept of the song, I was like, this dude is crazy. I was like, I like didn't want any parts of it, you know, because I'm like, how's this going to work? You know what I'm saying? How's this going to work? But then he started to tell me more about, like, you know, what his ideas was, and I said, this possibly can work. And also, let's kind of jump outside of the box. You know, everybody's doing the same old thing. Let's be different. Let's switch it up. So that was my take on it.
As far as like anything involving people who want to be known for directing anything horror, I feel like one of the things that you do should double as someone's sexual awakening.
I got a call saying, hey, we need an intimacy director for this video, and I'm down. I'm a sex educator. I do intimacy work all the time. I'm a former actor. I was here for it. I got the script. I got on set. I met the talent, and I was like, oh, this is going to be easy peasy.
I mean, I would say the scenes in the apartment were the easiest ones to film because it's very natural. Making tea, banging a hot ghost lady, it's like a Tuesday.
With intimacy directing, the connection that you establish before the filming is really important, right? So we just talked about how hard it is to be a lady who loves ladies and have that conversation hey, I'd like to do these things with you. And then also we kind of got the elephant out of the room.
I think Reba did an amazing job. She was really just our cheerleader and encouraging what was naturally happening, I think. It was cool crawling through what I felt to be something of a 1990s comforter. It was very cushy and soft. And it was great because I love kissing women, and Chelsea's a great kisser, and so that whole thing was awesome. And I don't have a lot more to say than that.
I would say the hardest thing about a scene, an intimate scene like that, was not making each other laugh, probably. I was like, Kat's my friend. I'm pretty comfortable with her. She is also an excellent kisser. Hey. But yeah, sometimes we'll just we would look at each other stupid, and then she would just lose her shit.
From an editing perspective, as far as cutting the music video together, it took a lot to get it to the final product, because we had that kind of moment where you kind of have to, quote unquote, kill your darlings. And at a certain point, we just needed to find a good compromise as far as what works for the narrative flow of the music video, and just realizing that if we don't hook people right away, we're going to lose them.
Sometimes you can record too much and you're like, oh, I want to put that in and I want to put that in. And I was like, you got to cut certain things out that don't work. So it's a lot of editing. It's a lot of figuring out where the music is placed, because we treated this not just like a music video. We wanted a movie. So we had to actually go back and make a score out of certain parts of it and time it. And that took, 20 revisions or something, or I don't know.
It really takes a whole team to all sync up in our schedules, and being that we're adults with busy lives, sometimes that's difficult. I have a full-time job. I know everybody else has a full-time job. So syncing our schedules, I think, was a challenge at times, but we all made it happen. We all dedicated ourselves to committing to a schedule, and I think we should all be proud of ourselves for that.
I would say one of the biggest things that I learned from this whole process is that it's a little cliche, but teamwork makes the dream work. You have to really be around people who truly believe in your vision, people who are truly committed and dedicated to the whole plan, basically. So if you have anybody that's a little flaky, it's not going to work at all. Everybody that's a part of this team, they were truly committed. They showed up on time. They were ready to perform, and that's basically what you need when you're creating something of this magnitude.
I think planning is everything, and I think that's one thing that we talk about in striving. I think that him being very meticulous with the rollout, I think that that's what helped it being strong. And then also, it's not the average video. Like he said, get tired of seeing people rapping in front of Ben's Chili Bowl or, something, a landmark. It definitely shows creativity, not only from him, but everybody that was part of the experience, Kat, yourself, You know, everybody, I think cohesively, you know, it steps the bar up, you know, and the fact that how it was done. I mean, if you use your mind and your creativity, it don't take long to, you know, create greatness.